The Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) bowed to the National Assembly, agreeing with the approved 143 billion naira 2019 elections budgetary request. This budget was adopted on Monday by the Joint Committee of the Senate and the House of Representatives. In compliance with the Joint Committee's directives, the INEC has revised the budget for the 2019 polls from the initial 189 billion submitted to the 143 billion approved budget. This new approved sum from the National Assembly came after 2 weeks of back and forth between members of the committee. Media reports say the committee would now review the new budget which has been submitted before it can be passed. Some reports suggest that these could be strategies by some of the members of the Senate to delay the reconvening of the National Assembly and to frustrate the federal government. The bigger question though is the budget enough to cover the general elections?
So what INEC did was to provide a breakdown for that 143. It did not mean that we reduce our budget or we change any figure. We have our worked figure, we have all the budget lines. If I need 1 naira, or let me say if I need $100, and you say you can give me $50, give me how you're going to spend $50. Of course, since I have the budget, I can give you the breakdown for the $50. But I still have the breakdown for the remaining $50. So for the 45 billion, we still have a breakdown for that. So that's what has happened.
Roots TV sought the opinion of the public on this. Here's what they had to say.
The issue of this INEC, the money they requested, is so much. It is too much. It's excess. When I heard about the money they requested, I was totally bewildered, and in fact I was flabbergasted over the money they requested. Money is more than enough. What are they using it for?
Definitely the budget has been presented to the National Assembly, and INEC has presented 180 something, and they have given them 143. Definitely it's not going to be enough for them.
I think even that 143 billion is more than enough, because even 2015 election, the money that they released for the INEC was not up to that, but it's still enough, and everything got very okay.
The continued crisis within the National Assembly has continued to disrupt plans for the 2019 elections. However, INEC continues to assure the public that the elections would be held according to schedule.
Talking about the INEC budget, we should not forget the fact that this is the first time in the history of electioneering in this country that the budget of INEC is being taken to the National Assembly for approval. Having said so, the 143 point something billion naira that the Joint Committee of the National Assembly approved for the INEC to conduct the forthcoming 2019 general election is substantial enough, because the other balance, according to what that committee is saying, is that the other balance will be shifted into the 2019 budget.
We believe that President Muhammad Buhari administration is not interested in the 2019 election. It wants to frustrate the process of conducting that election. And that is why his administration will bring the budget for INEC just at the moment when the National Assembly, our parliament, was adjourning for its annual recess. It will take a president who is not interested in the election to ask the parliamentarians, the National Assembly members, to look into their constituency project fund and bring out the money that will be used by INEC to conduct the 2019 election.
As the country is gearing up for another fierce political battle, it looks as if the road ahead is not easy.